Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jason White. This is my channel, Jason's Weird Reads. And if you're new here and you like horror books and the darker side of science fiction and fantasy, please hit the subscribe button and we'll discuss some books, especially if you comment in the comment section. Alright, so I was tagged by Dane Reads, Dane Cobain over at Dane Reads, to do the Halloween this or that tag. And it's Halloween. I love Halloween. I'm not a big fan of Halloween night itself, mostly because that means it's over. But yeah, so the this or that tag, Halloween, let's get into it. There's 13 prompts here, and I have to decide between one or the other. The first one, Dracula or Frankenstein. Well, I like both. Frankenstein is a great horror masterpiece written by like a 21-year-old woman from 1820s or something like that. It's ridiculous how good it is. But I'm going to go with Dracula because I like vampires. I like vampires a lot. I don't know why. But I've always been big on vampires. And Dracula is pretty good too. Dracula is actually really good. The only thing I didn't like about it is, and this is a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't know that story, just skip ahead 10 seconds. But the one thing I don't like is when they start fighting back against Dracula, he hightails it back home, runs, runs for his life. That's not very scary in my opinion, but it's really scary until then. Okay, number 2, Skellington or Sanderson. It was funny watching Dane's video. He wasn't sure who Skellington was, and that's Jack Skellington, I believe, from Nightmare Before Christmas. But I don't know what's meant by Sanderson. Is it the writer, the fantasy writer, Brandon Sanderson? I don't know, but I'm gonna go with Skellington because I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of my favorite movies, and it's perfect to watch it in November between Halloween and Christmas. Number 3, Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers. I'm gonna go with Freddy Krueger because he sort of has a strangeness about him, considering that he hunts and kills kids in their dreams, and that's something that's always been kind of fascinating to me. It's just more interesting, but of course, Michael Myers is awesome as well. Excuse me. Here we go with the vampires again. Number 4, vampires or werewolves. I absolutely love werewolves. I think they're a fascinating creature, but again, I'm gonna have to go with vampires because I just love vampires. I don't know why. I keep saying that, but it's true. I don't know why. Number 5, zombies or ghosts. This is a tough one because I used to love the zombie genre before it became really big in the in movies and whatnot and fiction. There's a ton of zombie series out there done by indie artists, and it just seems to be the same old story told over and over again. But I really loved it back in before it was a thing. The old George A. Romero films and the Italian like the Fulci zombie. I think it was Fulci who did that. Just that stuff was it was incredible. And I remember in The Witching Hour by Anne Rice, there's a period where zombies rise from their graves, and I was just tickled pink at that. But now it just feels like it's oversaturated. And well, same thing with ghosts. Ghost stories have been going on much longer than the whole zombie thing. It's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with zombies because in reality, I think that would be more scary. If you saw a ghost, you'd feel fear, obviously, because you're seeing something that probably shouldn't be there, or maybe you're going crazy. But zombies, especially flesh-eating zombies coming at you, that's just terrifying. So I'll choose that because it's more scary. Number 6, witches or fairies. I've never been a fan of fairies, so I'm gonna go with witches. I was just talking about a witch book, so yeah, witches for sure. Number 7, superheroes or supervillains. When Dane did this, he said he doesn't like superheroes, and neither do I. I could never get into them, and I don't know why. But I'm going to go with supervillains, I guess, because they're just more interesting. Usually, there's some superheroes that are kind of cool, like Batman. But, yeah, I go with supervillains because they're usually pretty, batshit crazy. Number 8, pirates or princesses? I'm going to go with pirates. Again, they're more interesting. And, the real pirates, they're pretty terrifying because they just slit your throat and take everything you owned. Number 9, candy corn or caramels? Definitely caramels. I'm trash for caramel. I'm seriously trash for caramel. Oh, am I ever trash for caramel? Alright. Number 10, popcorn balls or candy apples. You know what? I don't know what popcorn balls is either. I'm pretty sure Dane didn't. I imagine they're just like popcorn that's stuck together into a ball, but I've never seen one. I'm going to go with candy apples anyway because I used to love candy apples when I was a kid. Number 11 is apple cider or pumpkin spice latte. I'm going to go with the pumpkin spice latte anything. Pumpkin spice anything. I absolutely, especially with cinnamon. I just love pumpkin spice. I love it. It's almost as bad as my addiction to caramel. Alright, number 12, Hayride or haunted house? I'm going to go with the Hayride because they're usually less intrusive. I've been in haunted houses before and people are like grabbing you, and I don't like that. Hayrides, sometimes they'll jump up on the excuse me, they'll jump up on the hayride and like rah, and sometimes they'll grab you too, but it's much less chance of being touched or grabbed at, and I kind of prefer that, honestly. And you know what? I do more haunted hayrides than I do haunted houses because there's a place. Actually, I shot some video. Maybe I'll add it to BookTube. There's a place near here that does haunted hayrides, and it's pretty tame. The nighttime one is apparently a little more extreme, but the daytime haunted hayrides, are more family centric, and we did that just this past weekend, and it was a lot of fun. All right, number 13, costume party or spooky Netflix binge. I'm not all that entirely social. I don't really like going to parties. Even when I did go to parties, I didn't really like going to parties because I was always the guy that was just sort of standing there like, I was always the awkward one. And so I'm going to go with spooky Netflix binge. Alright, those are my answers for the Halloween this or that tag. My thanks to Dane again for tagging me. I'm going to tag a couple of people. I'm going to tag Nikki from I Read Past My Bedtime, Regina from Regina's Haunted Library, and Todd the Librarian. Alright, you guys get at it, and thank you for watching. And of course, when I say you guys get at it, I mean if you want. You don't have to, obviously. But yeah, if anybody else wants to do this tag too, and I didn't mention you, just do it. It's fun. I probably would have done this one regardless if Dane tagged me or not. So thank you for watching. Keep being creative, and I will catch you in the next bookish video.